Building on that era's cinematic landscape, the film Anatomy of a Murder pushed boundaries in ways that sparked strong reactions from audiences. When it was released, simply uttering the title or mentioning certain scenes created an immediate sense of discomfort or tension in viewers. The film dared to explore complex moral issues surrounding crime, justice, and human nature, making it stand out from typical courtroom dramas of the time. Showing sensitive courtroom exchanges and candid conversations about morality challenged conservative social standards, leading to controversy over what was considered acceptable on screen. In particular, the use of language and themes related to sexuality or violence made many feel uneasy, reflecting the social tensions of the 1950s. Despite receiving praise for its realism and powerful storytelling, it also faced censorship and bans in some regions, highlighting how provocative the film was. This controversy not only fueled public debate, but also helped establish Anatomy of a Murder as a landmark film that questioned societal norms and pushed the limits of cinematic expression. Without hesitation, when you see James Stewart on the big screen, he naturally creates a feeling of comfort and trust. He has a way of making audience members feel safe, as if they are in good hands. Throughout his career, Stewart often played characters who were kind, honest, and morally upright. His gentle voice and sincere expression helped him become a symbol of goodness in Hollywood. In the 1959 movie Anatomy of a Murder, Stewart's talent truly shined, and many people consider this film his best performance. In this film, he plays a lawyer who takes on a difficult case that involves uncovering the truth about a murder. His portrayal is calm, intelligent, and carefully nuanced, showing his skill in making complex characters real. The movie itself is highly praised, not only for its story, but also for its realistic approach to legal and moral issues, making it one of the greatest films ever made. Stewart's presence in Anatomy of a Murder is a big reason why the film remains so memorable. His persona, that sense of safety he evokes, and his ability to convincingly play the good man, made him a favorite for audiences all over the world. His performance in this film is often seen as one of the finest examples of his talent, and a testament to why he remains an enduring figure in American cinema. In the 1959 movie Anatomy of a Murder, Stewart portrays defense attorney Paul Beegler with a depth that reveals many layers of personality and skill. Throughout the story, Beegler is shown as a calm and experienced lawyer who carefully navigates the difficult case brought before him. The plot centers around Beegler taking on the case of Army Lieutenant Frederick Manny Mannion, a man accused of committing a murder. The murder took place in a small town where Barney Quill, a local bar owner, was killed under suspicious circumstances. Beegler's role is to uncover the truth behind the crime and to defend his client against serious charges. The film delves into the complex process of legal battles, highlighting Beegler's strategies, his interactions with the jury, and his efforts to find the real facts behind the case. As the story unfolds, Beegler's intelligence and moral compass are put to the test, revealing his dedication to justice and the challenges faced by lawyers in complicated criminal cases. The film presents a detailed look at courtroom drama, focusing on the tension between legal defense and morality. Throughout the movie, Beegler's character shows that he is not only a skilled attorney, but also someone who deeply cares about uncovering the truth and ensuring justice is served. The story also explores themes of truth, justice, and the human side of legal work, making Anatomy of a Murder a compelling and thought-provoking film. The intricate plot keeps viewers engaged as Beegler's character works tirelessly to defend his client and seek justice in a town full of secrets and surprises. Later in the film, the case of Mannion becomes even more complex because of his memory loss about the shooting. He admits to having killed a man but says he doesn't remember doing it. He explains that he acted because he believed Quill had hurt his wife. This explanation makes his defense tricky. The court looks for proof, but there is no physical evidence to confirm Quill's assault on the wife. The only evidence are the injuries on her, which are not confirmed to be caused by Quill. Adding to the difficulty is the wife herself. She is shown as very charming and seductive, which makes her truthfulness questionable. Her behavior and the lack of clear proof challenge the credibility of her story. For Beegler, this creates a tough challenge. He must figure out if Mannion's story is true, and if his client is innocent or guilty. The case shows how the lack of concrete evidence and the wife's personality can make a criminal trial very complicated. The film carefully explores these legal and moral puzzles, leaving viewers to wonder what really happened and whether justice is served. In the film Anatomy of a Murder, Biegler plays a critical role in shaping the courtroom strategy. He advises Mannion to tell the truth during the trial, emphasizing honesty as a key to credibility. However, Biegler also plans a different approach to secure an acquittal, instructing Mannion to plead not guilty. This tactic aims to create doubt in the minds of the jurors, making them question the prosecution's case, and increasing the chances of a verdict in Mannion's favor. Throughout the courtroom scenes, Biegler faces numerous challenges from various legal figures. Judge Weaver is strict and determined to maintain order, often scrutinizing the proceedings and testing Biegler's tactics. The district attorney is aggressive, trying to present evidence convincingly and disprove Biegler's strategy. Meanwhile, Claude Dancer, an assistant attorney general, remains relentless and focused, aggressively questioning witnesses and challenging the defense's approach. Dancer's determined attitude and sharp mind pose significant obstacles for Biegler and Mannion, forcing them to think quickly and adapt their strategy as the trial unfolds. The courtroom dynamics become tense and complex as everyone fights to win, with Biegler balancing honesty with clever legal tricks to sway the jury and succeed against the challenging legal environment. Certainly, the 1959 movie Anatomy of a Murder draws its inspiration from a real-life incident that took place in 1952. In that case, Lieutenant Coleman Peterson shot Maurice Chenoweth, which created a significant legal case at the time. The trial was closely watched because the question of mental health and responsibility was central to the proceedings. Ultimately, the jury reached a verdict of not guilty by reason of insanity, sparking discussions about the limits of legal responsibility and mental health defense. The film takes this true story and transforms it into a compelling courtroom drama that explores the complexities of the legal system and human behavior. James Stewart's performance in the movie is particularly notable for its originality and depth. He delivers a calculated and carefully thought-out portrayal that can sometimes feel uncomfortable for viewers. His character blends different elements seamlessly, including humor, slyness, and intense passion. Stewart's courtroom scenes are filled with subtle expressions and nuanced dialogue that reflect the character's cleverness and internal conflict. His performance creates a sense of realism and tension, making the courtroom scenes both engaging and thought-provoking. The way he portrays the lawyer's attempt to navigate complex legal and moral issues leaves a lasting impression on the audience. His ability to balance humor with moments of anger and seriousness adds to the film's depth and realism. Overall, Stewart's role in Anatomy of a Murder showcases his talent for bringing complex characters to life, making the film a classic in the courtroom drama genre. In 1959, the movie Anatomy of a Murder garnered significant attention not only for its compelling story, but also for its notable Oscar nominations and casting choices. This film received nominations in several categories, with James Stewart earning his last Oscar nod for his portrayal of the lawyer Paul Biegler. His performance was praised for its depth and subtlety, capturing the moral complexities faced by his character. Moreover, the film marked a milestone for George C. Scott, as it was his first nomination for his portrayal of the judge. His performance brought a sense of authority and seriousness to the courtroom scenes, elevating the movie's gravity. Interestingly, the role of the judge was originally offered to well-known actors Spencer Tracy and Burl Ives, both of whom declined or did not take the part. Instead, the role was given to Joseph H. Welch, a real-life lawyer famous for his role in the Army McCarthy hearings, which added an authentic touch to the character. This casting decision brought a level of realism to the courtroom proceedings and highlighted the unique blend of real-life experience and acting talent that made Anatomy of a Murder a standout film of its time. The choices made in casting and the performances delivered contributed to the film's lasting legacy as a classic courtroom drama. In the 1959 movie Anatomy of a Murder, Lee Remick played a significant role that contributed to the film's success. Interestingly, the role was initially offered to Lana Turner, a well-known actress of that time. However, Turner decided not to take the part because she disagreed with the costume design planned for her character. Her refusal led to Lee Remick being cast in the role, allowing her to showcase her talent and make a lasting impression on audiences. Despite this change, the production of Anatomy of a Murder was notably smooth and well coordinated. This calmness on set was largely thanks to the influence of James Stewart, who was known for his professionalism and leadership. Unlike other films directed by Otto Preminger, which often experienced temperamental incidents and conflicts, this project avoided those issues, Stewart's calming presence and experience helped keep everyone focused and working harmoniously. As a result, the film was created efficiently and with a high level of quality, making it one of the notable movies of its time. The harmony during production and Lee Remick's memorable performance added to the film's reputation, helping it stand out among other courtroom dramas of the era. After watching Anatomy of a Murder, Stewart praised Preminger's skills highly and admired his ability to craft a compelling courtroom drama. Stewart later expressed regret that he did not work with Preminger on more films, recognizing the director's talent for creating intense and realistic scenes that captivated audiences. The movie itself is based on a complex legal case, but the real murder related to the story did not happen in the movie's fictional setting. Instead, the actual murder took place at the Lumberjack Tavern in Big Bay, Michigan. This location plays a significant part in the true story, where the events that inspired the film unfolded. For many years after the incident, the tavern kept the bullet holes from the shooting visible as a reminder of the tragic event. The presence of these bullet holes served as a lasting physical mark of the crime, making the tavern a somber reminder of the real-life violence that inspired the movie's plot. The story behind the film and the actual murder are connected through this historic location, which stands as a testament to the incident that shook the small community. The combination of Stewart's praise for Preminger and the real-life setting at the Lumberjack Tavern creates a fascinating link between Hollywood drama and a true story rooted deep in Michigan history. After the filming of Anatomy of a Murder in 1959, the bar that appears in the movie became a notable part of the Thunder Bay Inn. This addition was made specifically for the movie, and it was built to look authentic for the scenes set in that location. Once filming was completed, the owners decided to keep the set as part of the inn's actual establishment. Over the years, the inn and the bar have become popular with visitors who are interested in the movie and its story. Many tourists visit to see the place where the film was shot and to view the memorabilia related to the case. The historic significance of the inn and the bar adds to their charm, making them a popular spot for fans of the movie and history buffs alike. The place continues to attract people who want to experience a piece of movie history, and it remains a reminder of the film's impact. The addition of the bar helped preserve the authenticity of the film's setting and allowed visitors to connect with the story in a more tangible way. Today, the inn and its bar are considered important landmarks, thanks to their connection with the movie and the real-life case that inspired it. The film's legacy is kept alive through the preserved set and the memorabilia, which serve as a tribute to the cultural importance of Anatomy of a Murder. In the 1959 movie Anatomy of a Murder, George C. Scott's character, Claude Dancer, was involved in a scene where he mentions learning a French word for panties during the war. This moment was significant because it highlighted the film's use of language that had previously been considered inappropriate or banned in movies. The filmmakers deliberately included several words and phrases that had never been used openly in a motion picture before. These words were carefully chosen because they fit naturally into the courtroom setting and added realism to the dialogue. Although many censors had strict rules about language on screen, the producers managed to get these words approved because they were relevant to the story and the characters' conversations. The inclusion of such language marked a change in how movies could portray more authentic speech, even when it involved words that audiences might not have normally heard before. It also reflected a shift in societal attitudes about language in media, paving the way for more open dialogue in future films. Scott's character's remark about the French word not only added a touch of authenticity, but also demonstrated how the film pushed the boundaries of acceptable language during its time. Overall, the film's use of previously banned words, including the one mentioned by Claude Dancer, signaled a new era for cinematic language, balancing realism with censorship rules. In 1959, the movie Anatomy of a Murder gained attention for its remarkable approach to realism. The filmmakers chose to include genuine assault language in the dialogue, which was quite shocking to audiences at the time. This use of authentic language made the story feel more real and relatable, but it also stirred controversy. Many viewers were not used to hearing such raw words in a movie, especially in a courtroom drama. The film did not shy away from showing the harsh reality of the characters' lives, and the language reflected that truth. This bold choice helped to set the movie apart from others of its era, showing society's darker side without softening the words. Some thought it was too brutal, while others appreciated the honesty it brought to the story. The realistic portrayal based on actual courtroom situations and the unfiltered language made Anatomy of a Murder a groundbreaking film. This approach challenged movie standards and left an impact that still influences films today. Its willingness to show life as it is, with all its rawness, contributed to the movie's reputation and ongoing discussions about realism in film. The authenticity of the dialogue, especially concerning assault language, remains a key reason why the film is remembered and analyzed in the history of cinema. Anatomy of a Murder, directed by Otto Preminger, stands as one of the most compelling courtroom dramas in cinematic history. The film masterfully blends legal intrigue with nuanced character studies, showcasing Preminger's skillful storytelling and keen eye for detail. The narrative revolves around Army Lieutenant Frederick Mannion, portrayed with compelling depth by Ben Gazzara, who is accused of murder following the death of a bartender named Barney Quill. Mannion's defense is entrusted to the humble yet shrewd small-town lawyer Paul Beegler, played convincingly by James Stewart, whose performance solidifies the film's status as a classic. The story begins with Mannion's arrest after the violent altercation that results in Quill's death. The case is further complicated by conflicting testimonies. Mannion claims his wife, Laura, played by the Golden Globe-nominated Lee Remick, was raped and beaten by Quill. Laura's support of her husband introduces moral complexity and emotional tension into the courtroom saga. However, the film subtly exposes the uncertainty of her story, as the police surgeon finds no corroborating evidence of rape, prompting audiences to consider the ambiguity of truth in legal proceedings. Preminger's screenplay skillfully explores themes of justice, morality, and the complexity of human relationships. It was considered provocative at the time for its candid language, words like panties, and scientific terms such as spermatogenesis, which, though now mundane, underscored the film's willingness to push boundaries and reflect a more honest depiction of dialogue and societal taboos. These elements, infused with subtle humor, provide moments of levity amid the tense legal battles, enriching the film's texture. The courtroom sequences are particularly noteworthy for their realism and suspense. James Stewart's portrayal of Paul Beegler is a highlight, showcasing a man driven by compassion and intelligence. His keen observations and strategic maneuvers bring depth to the legal proceedings. The film's supporting cast, including George C. Scott as the prosecuting attorney Claude Dancer, adds intensity and rivalry to the courtroom clashes, complementing the intricate plot. Arthur O'Connell, Eve Arden, and Catherine Grant also contribute to a vibrant ensemble that grounds the story in a believable small-town setting. Visually, Anatomy of a Murder is a polished production. It received Oscar nominations for Best Cinematography and Best Film Editing, reflecting its technical excellence in creating a compelling and immersive atmosphere. The screenplay, adapted from a novel, was highly acclaimed, earning a nomination for Best Writing and Screenplay based on material from another medium, further emphasizing its narrative strength. Critics and viewers have praised the film not only for its technical achievements, but also for its ability to challenge viewers' perceptions of justice and morality. Some clarked it as a groundbreaking film that examined legal ethics with honesty and subtlety, while others have noted that its portrayal of complex legal and personal issues invites ongoing reflection about truth, perception, and advocacy. Despite some controversy at the time of release over its language and frank content, it did not diminish the film's artistic standing. Instead, it highlighted its willingness to confront societal norms and reflect real human flaws and ambiguities. The film's critical acclaim is evidenced by numerous award nominations, including Best Picture at the Oscars, Best Film from Any Source at the BAFTAs, and the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture. Drama? In sum, Anatomy of a Murder remains a remarkable work that balances riveting courtroom drama with profound character exploration. James Stewart's performance as the compassionate lawyer, combined with Preminger's meticulous direction and the film's incisive screenplay, create a compelling narrative that continues to resonate today. While some may interpret certain elements as controversial or problematic, the overall impact of the film lies in its truthful depiction of the legal and moral ambiguities inherent in pursuit of justice. Its enduring legacy is a testament to its skillful storytelling, complex characters, and unflinching examination of human nature. As we wrap up our look at Anatomy of a Murder, the gripping courtroom drama that captivated audiences in 1959, there's still much more to uncover. But what happened behind the scenes after the final credits rolled? The story doesn't end with the film's release. The cast members, some of whom became iconic figures in Hollywood, faced intriguing fates in their personal and professional lives. From unexpected career shifts to hidden struggles, the aftermath of this classic film holds as much mystery as the case it portrayed. Stay with us as we dive into the lives of the actors who brought these unforgettable characters to life and reveal the untold stories that have remained in the shadows for decades. You won't want to miss this exclusive look at where they went after the courtroom drama faded from the screen. Howard McNear delivered a restrained, yet compelling performance as Dr. Dampierre in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder. His portrayal of the earnest and conflicted doctor added depth to the courtroom drama, contrasting sharply with the more flamboyant or aggressive characters. McNear's ability to embody a quietly intense persona lent an air of authenticity to the legal thriller, capturing the nuances of a man caught between moral conviction and professional obligation. Beyond this role, McNear's career spanned radio and television, most famously his long-running part as Floyd the Barber on The Andy Griffith Show. Yet, behind the scenes, his life was marred by persistent hardship. In the early 1960s, he suffered a severe stroke that left him partially paralyzed, limiting his acting opportunities and forcing him to relearn basic functions. His medical condition was kept private for years, fueling whispers about personal struggles and health crises. In the final years of his life, McNear faced financial difficulties, compounded by the sudden loss of his acting roles and the lingering effects of his health. The last known details place him in a care facility, isolated from the industry and public eye, his once vibrant career overshadowed by personal tragedy. Despite his hardships, McNear's career remains a testament to resilience amid adversity. The full story of his life continues to intrigue, a reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind Hollywood's brightest stars. Lee Remick portrayed Laura Manion in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder, a role that demanded a delicate balance of strength and vulnerability. Her character was the wife of the accused, caught in a web of moral ambiguity and emotional turmoil. Remick's portrayal was intense, capturing Laura's quiet despair and fierce loyalty amidst the chaos of her husband's trial. The depth she brought to the role established her as a serious actress capable of conveying complex human emotions with subtlety. Following the success of the film, Remick's career flourished, earning her acclaim in both film and theater. Yet her life outside the spotlight was shadowed by personal hardships and struggles. She faced rumors of scandal and heartbreak, including a difficult marriage and health issues. Her life was marked by a constant quest for artistic perfection, often at the expense of personal stability. In her later years, Remick battled cancer, which she kept largely private. She passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy of compelling performances. The last known information points to a woman who endured personal pain with resilience, her career forever etched in the history of American cinema. Eve Arden's portrayal of Maida Rutledge in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder was a masterclass in subtle sophistication. Arden's character was a sharp, witty housekeeper whose calm demeanor concealed layers of strength and intelligence. Her performance added depth to the courtroom drama, showing her ability to blend humor with seriousness, a hallmark of her acting style. Arden's presence in the film marked a high point in her long career, which spanned over 3 decades. Known for her rapid-fire wit and distinctive voice, she became a beloved figure, but also faced the darker side of Hollywood's spotlight. Her career was marked by typecasting after early success, but she persevered through the changing tides of the entertainment industry. Off-screen, Arden's life held secrets few knew. She kept her personal life private, and rumors of failed romances and financial struggles shadowed her later years. Her career waned as she aged, a common plight for actresses of her era, and she often battled feelings of obsolescence. The last known details of her life reveal a woman who quietly withdrew from Hollywood, living a solitary existence away from the public eye. Arden passed away in 1990, leaving behind a legacy shadowed by both her luminous performances and the personal sacrifices she endured behind the scenes. Her story remains a testament to the cost of fame and the resilience required to survive the darker corners of Hollywood's history. Duke Ellington's role as Pi in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder was a brief but haunting appearance that left a lasting impression. His portrayal was shrouded in dark intensity, emphasizing his character's mysterious and unsettling aura. This role marked a rare acting venture for Ellington, whose primary fame rested in jazz music. Beyond the screen, Ellington's life was filled with shadows and turmoil. As one of the greatest jazz composers and band leaders, he faced constant financial struggles despite his fame. His career was marked by racial barriers and discrimination, which limited opportunities and caused personal frustrations. Ellington's personal life was fraught with hardships, including health issues, heavy drinking, and the toll of decades of touring under relentless pressure. Rumors of strained relationships with fellow musicians and introspective struggles with identity and purpose persisted. His last years were marked by a decline in health, with complications from cancer and pneumonia. The final years of his life were spent battling illness while reflecting on a career that challenged and changed American music forever. To this day, Ellington's influence remains profound, but his personal battles reveal a man haunted by both fame and personal demons. The true depth of his struggles only becomes clear when examining his life beyond the stage. Ellington passed away in 1974, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue, shrouded in mystery and resilience. George C. Scott portrayed Claude Dancer in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder, a role that showcased his ability to embody complex, morally ambiguous characters. Dancer was a cautious and disciplined detective whose investigation reflected Scott's piercing, intense screen presence. This performance was a precursor to his later reputation as a commanding and often controversial actor, known for intense authenticity and a refusal to conform to Hollywood norms. Scott's career was marked by a fierce independence, often rejecting awards and industry pressure, which led to a reputation of being difficult but deeply committed to his craft. Off-screen, Scott's life was shadowed by personal struggles, including battles with depression and episodes of volatile behavior. His outspoken nature often led to conflicts with producers and critics, fueling his reputation as a maverick. His career experienced both triumph and hardship, including a notorious falling out with the Academy after rejecting the Oscar he won for Patton and refusing to accept further nominations. Scott also faced health issues later in life, which remained largely private. The last known information indicates that he retired from acting and lived a reclusive life until his death in 1999. His legacy remains complex, marked by artistic brilliance but shadowed by personal demons and defiance against societal norms. Orson Bean portrayed Dr. Matthew Smith in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder, a role marked by quiet intensity and intellectual calculation. The character was a crucial part of the film's exploration of morality and human complexity, embodying the moral ambiguity that defined the story. Bean's performance brought a subtle depth that contrasted sharply with the film's dark themes, emphasizing the character's internal conflicts and moral dilemmas. After the film, Orson Bean's career expanded into a series of diverse roles in television, theater, and film, showcasing his versatility and sharp wit. Despite professional success, his life was marred by personal tragedies and scandal. He faced multiple divorces, financial struggles, and a long-standing battle with addiction, which he publicly addressed later in life, revealing its toll. In his later years, Bean was involved in controversial incidents, including an arrest for public intoxication that tarnished his reputation temporarily. His life took a darker turn as he isolated himself, grappling with aging, health issues, and the ghosts of his past. Orson Bean disappeared from the public eye in the final years, but remains a figure of intrigue and unresolved questions. His last known activity was sporadic public appearances and interviews where he reflected somberly on his complex journey through fame, tragedy, and redemption. Ben Gazzara delivered a compelling portrayal of Lieutenant Frederick Mannion in 1959's Anatomy of a Murder, embodying a complex character torn between duty and morality. His intense performance captured the inner turmoil of a man entangled in a moral gray area, exposing vulnerability beneath a hardened exterior. The role demanded a mixture of resolve and emotional depth, showcasing Gazzara's ability to bring gritty realism and subtle nuance to the screen. This role cemented his reputation as a strong, versatile actor capable of handling dark, morally ambiguous characters, paving the way for a career marked by intense, often controversial roles. Gazzara's life outside acting was equally tumultuous. He faced personal hardships, including battles with addiction, which affected his career and personal relationships. Rumors of scandals circulated, including reports of affair scandals and confrontations that kept him under a cloud of mystery and intrigue. His life was marred by the dark side of Hollywood fame, often shadowed by legal issues and strained relationships with colleagues. Despite these struggles, Gazzara maintained a reputation for professionalism and resilience. In later years, Gazzara's career slowed, but he continued to work sporadically in film and television, often rejected for roles early in his career due to his association with intense, dark characters. His health declined in his final years, and he withdrew from public life. The last known information indicates that Ben Gazzara passed away in 2012, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances and a life marked by personal battles, professional integrity, and undeniable talent. His story remains a testament to the dark, often painful journey behind Hollywood's brightest stars. John Qualen portrayed Deputy Sheriff Sulo in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder, a role that placed him as a key figure within the tense and morally complex investigation. His character represented the law's reach and the darker undercurrents of small-town justice. Qualen's acting brought a subtle gravitas, embodying the conflicted authority figure navigating the blurred lines between duty and moral ambiguity. Beyond this film, Qualen's career spanned decades, marked by performances that often reflected the hardships of mid-20th century American society. Although he was a prolific actor, his life was shadowed by personal struggles, including financial difficulties, and a reputation for being deeply private about his hardships. Rumors about scandals or personal crises remained largely unconfirmed, adding an aura of mystery around his later years. His dedication to his craft persisted despite these hardships, but his career gradually diminished as Hollywood changed. The last known information about John Qualen indicates that he retreated from the spotlight in the early 1970s, living quietly until his death in 1982. Despite the quiet end, his contribution to film and the enigmatic parts of his life continue to intrigue film historians and fans alike. Kathryn Grant played Mary Pillant in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder, a role that cast her in a subtle but pivotal part of the narrative. Her character embodied innocence and moral complexity, serving as a contrast to the film's darker themes. Grant's performance was marked by quiet restraint, a reflection of her acting style, which emphasized emotional depth beneath a composed exterior. Her portrayal added an intense layer to the courtroom drama, enriching the story with understated vulnerability. After the movie's release, Kathryn Grant's career took an unexpected turn. She retired from acting shortly after, choosing a quieter life away from Hollywood's spotlight. Her personal life became shrouded in secrecy, with rumors swirling about scandals and personal struggles that remained unconfirmed. Critics speculate she faced hardships common among actresses of her era, including the pressures of fame and possible familial issues. Her marriage to actor Bing Crosby, which lasted decades, was reportedly marked by tension and hardship, yet she stayed committed. The last verified information places her in the early 2000s, living a private life, away from media scrutiny. Her story remains one of mystery, with few details publicly known, leaving her true life journey partially hidden behind the curtains of Hollywood's golden age. Murray Hamilton's portrayal of Alphonse Paquet in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder offered a rare glimpse into the character's complex nature. Paquet is a minor yet pivotal figure, embodying the gritty, morally ambiguous world surrounding the case. Hamilton's performance was subtle, hinting at the darker motives hidden beneath a veneer of civility. Beyond the role, Hamilton's career was marked by a steady climb through Hollywood's shadowed corridors. Known for his deep voice and commanding presence, he often played authority figures or villains, which cemented his reputation, but also cast a shadow over his personal life. His career was marred by periods of obscurity and financial struggles. Personal hardships haunted Hamilton, including battles with health issues and a reputation for being difficult to work with, fueling rumors of temper and instability. Scandals, though seldom publicized, included whispered reports of strained relationships and alcohol use, which contributed to his enigmatic persona. The last known information about Hamilton suggests he faced significant health challenges before passing away in the early 1980s. His death closed a chapter of quiet, intense dedication to acting, leaving behind a legacy shrouded in mystery. The full story of Murray Hamilton remains partly hidden, but his impact on film endures. James Stewart's portrayal of Paul Beagler in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder defined a pivotal moment in his career, showcasing his ability to embody complex, morally ambiguous characters. His performance was marked by a quiet intensity, blending vulnerability with steely determination, capturing the inner turmoil of a lawyer navigating a treacherous courtroom. Stewart's reputation in Hollywood was built on an image of wholesome integrity, yet this role revealed a darker, more conflicted side, resonating with audiences and critics alike. After the film's release, Stewart's career faced subtle challenges, as he struggled with the increasing age gap between him and leading roles and the shifting landscapes of Hollywood. Off-screen, his life was marred by personal hardships, including the tragic death of his father, which cast a shadow over his childhood. He faced occasional scandals, especially related to his outspoken political views and support for controversial causes, which alienated some peers. Stewart's personal life was marked by a quiet resilience amid these difficulties, and his marriage to Gloria H. Stewart remained steady through turbulent times. Later in life, Stewart withdrew from acting, choosing a quieter existence, publicly haunted by the shadows of his past roles and personal losses. The last known updates suggest he maintained a private life, rarely appearing in public after his retirement. Stewart's legacy endures as a symbol of Hollywood's golden era intertwined with personal struggle and resilience. Arthur O'Connell delivered a commanding performance as Parnell Emmett McCarthy in the 1959 film Anatomy of a Murder. His portrayal of the seasoned, skeptical lawyer was marked by quiet intensity and deep moral complexity, capturing the dark nuances of legal and personal morality. O'Connell's role required a balance of wit and weariness, reflecting a man haunted by past mistakes yet determined to seek justice. Following the film, O'Connell's career saw a series of supporting roles in both film and television, often typecast as wise, world-weary characters. Despite his success, he faced personal hardships that shadowed his life. Rumors circulated about substance abuse issues and depression, though concrete details remained scarce, adding a layer of mystery to his later years. O'Connell's life was punctuated by struggles with health, including battles with alcohol, which may have contributed to his often solitary existence. His personal life was marked by limited public relationships, and some speculate he endured professional stagnation as the Hollywood landscape changed. The last known publicly available information indicates he withdrew from the screen in the late 1960s, living quietly in New York until his death in 1981. His final years remained largely private, leaving viewers to ponder the man behind the characters he brought to life. Anatomy of a Murder remains a film that captured the essence of its time, pushing boundaries with its gritty storytelling and realistic portrayal of courtroom drama. Its influence extended beyond the screen, inspiring directors and writers for years to come. Many viewers remember how the film's tense courtroom scenes and the compelling performance by James Stewart left a lasting impression. Watching this movie in childhood might bring back memories of discovering how stories could be both exciting and meaningful. Perhaps it reminded you of a moment in your own life when truth and justice felt intertwined or challenged. Did you grow up watching it with family or friends? Were there scenes that made you think differently about right and wrong? We invite you to share your stories and connections to Anatomy of a Murder in the comments. Whether it reminds you of your own struggles, achievements, or just a special movie night, your memories add to the legacy of this timeless